Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you do not know me, my name is Adriana Morales, your local Florida Realtor, and today I have a special guest, one of my go-to lending partners.
Hi everyone, my name is Natalie. I'm a loan originator with Home First Lending.
Awesome. So today we're going to be talking about the Central Florida housing market, what's shifting, what buyers and sellers should know, and how a government shutdown affects real estate transactions. So let's talk about a local market snapshot. So inventory is increasing. The median home price range is between $400,000 and $425,000, just depending on the area. So sellers have to be strategic. Overpriced listings are sitting longer, and buyers are negotiating more than ever.
Yeah, so from the lending side, we're seeing that mortgage rates are currently sitting in that 6.2 to 6.4 average range for a 30-year fixed mortgage. While that's better than what we've been seeing in the last few years, it's still pretty high. So we have buyers still laser focused on what their monthly payment is going to be. Because of that, we're seeing more and more buyers ask about rate buy downs and seller concessions and creative financing structures to really make homes more affordable.
Absolutely. And to piggyback on the affordability, let's talk about the affordability in today's market. So I'm seeing buyers adjust their searches, sometimes widening their areas or shifting budgets to make the payment work. For sellers, it's all about pricing in line with what buyers can realistically afford with today's rates.
Yeah, exactly. Even a small rate change impacts the monthly payment. So it's definitely critical to get pre-approved early so that way buyers know where they stand before they start shopping.
I completely agree. So let's now dive into the government shutdown and how it affects real estate. Natalie, something a lot of buyers and sellers are asking about is the government shutdown. Can you break down what that actually means for real estate transactions?
Absolutely. A shutdown doesn't necessarily put a stop on the real estate market, but it can slow things down, especially when it comes to government-backed loans, such as our FHA, VA, and USDA loans, which are very popular loans. It can slow the processing time for those loans. When it comes to IRS income verifications, they might not be available, which also can stall some loans. And then as far as flood insurance through the National Flood Insurance Program, it may not be issued during a shutdown. Employment verification for federal workers can also be delayed. So really the biggest risk isn't necessarily deals falling apart, but rather closings being pushed back and just a delay in processing.
Right. So, and I definitely want to expand on the flood insurance part. So even if you guys are inland in Central Florida, heavy rains and hurricanes can still affect flooding. So lenders require flood insurance if a home is in a FEMA designated high-risk zone. Policies are issued through the National Flood Insurance Program. During a shutdown, new policies or renewals may not get processed, which could affect delays in closings. For buyers, I always check flood zone status early in the search so you know upfront whether a property is in a designated flood zone. For sellers, if your home is in a flood zone, it's best to disclose your policy and cost ahead of time so that the buyers aren't surprised. Bottom line, flood insurance is another moving piece and can impact a deal, especially during a government shutdown. So let's ask the question, what buyers and sellers should be doing now? Buyers, get pre-approved early, know your numbers, and build in some buffer time for possible delays. Sellers, price realistically, and be prepared to negotiate or offer incentives, closing costs, credits, or rate buy downs to attract buyers.
Yeah, I'd say buyers, don't wait for the perfect rate. Timing the market is very risky. So I'd say lock in when you're comfortable, and we can explore buy downs or seller concessions to make that monthly payment more favorable for you. When it comes to sellers, I'd say be flexible, especially right now if your buyer is using a government-backed loan.
Absolutely. Natalie, thank you so much for breaking this down. The Central Florida market is still full of opportunity, but you just need the right plan.
Absolutely. So whether you're a first-time buyer or an investor, having a strong realtor lender team is going to help you overcome those challenges and make the process easier for you.
Absolutely. And this is actually just the start. Natalie and I will be doing a monthly series where we'll keep you updated on Florida's market conditions and answer the biggest questions buyers and sellers are asking. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on. All our information will be in the description below, and we look forward to seeing you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.